Hi everyone, Vickie here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. We're going to take a look at the new moon solar eclipse occurring on February 26th at 9:58 a.m. Eastern. Times will vary. Well, this is really that last blast of Pisces. I mean, you open this chart, this is what grabs you, you know. Got this huge lineup in Pisces. We've got Mercury, South Node, Sun and Moon, Moon and Sun, Neptune, Pallas, and Chiron. So there's a huge concentration in Pisces, and then we also have the power of the eclipse. And then it's also because Neptune is involved in this, and Neptune is its ruler. So boy, there's a powerful Pisces going on. So Pisces is the subconscious mind. With the South Node there, it's our past lives. Karmically, it's things that we want to finish up. And now this isn't going to come around, we're going to be moving out of this Pisces age for around 20 years, I think 18 years or 20 years it takes for the nodes to change. And so it would be, at the very least, finishing up something from that kind of a cycle, from an 18 to 20 year cycle. So you might want to think about that. And do you want to keep it going for, do you want to, if you don't finish it now, it might be another 18 to 20 years before you can finish it up. So it's like, get it while the getting's good. It's about, going in deep, psychological dreams. Could get some big time stuff from dreams with Pisces. Dreams are the great way that everyone can really interact with their subconscious and their psychic and all that stuff. Looks like there's a grand cardinal, but the other thing I wanted to talk about, I did look at this chart just for a minute when I opened it up, and what I want to make sure that I mentioned is that Saturn is at the galactic center now. So that's also like possibly a portal, or it's a point of connection. It's a point of receiving downloads. It's a point of alignment with higher realms of consciousness. So we have all this heavy influx of Pisces energy and being in that receptive mode, and this meditation, this meditative, spiritual, this dreamy state. And then, so you're receptive to receive, and then there's an alignment with the portal of possible downloads. I mean, this could be so, so powerful. Saturn's aligning with it, though. And Saturn can be rigid. It's kind of the antithesis of everything we were just talking about. So Saturn is the structures that be, it's the government, it's the way we run things, it's our societal rules and regulations. And at a personal level, it's your career, things like that. Long-term goals and foundations for long-term goals. So this could be the kind of things that are being affected. Hopefully that would be the kind of things that are affected. Pisces is the collective unconscious, and Saturn is the collective rules and regulations or structures of society. So these two things are combining together. These two energies are making a square, but they're both, it's this alignment. And so hopefully that there would be deeper understandings, deeper realizations, deeper conscious awakenings for the masses. That's what I would hope it would be. But we can't dismiss the other side of Pisces, and that's the delusions that we're under, the mass delusions. Well, it's delusions, dreams, lies. It's also drug addiction, alcoholism, mental illness. This is, I'm saying that, it's not even funny, but let's just stick to the main gist of it. Mass delusions. How is that happening in our world? How is that happening? Things, even just, forget about American politics and all that, just lots of things that get swept under the rug, that stay hidden, that we don't talk about, that don't come to the surface, that the dark side of the subconscious, our shadow. It could be our shadow too, but it's the shadow of society, I want to say more. Saturn in that galactic center, and especially in the sign of Sagittarius, that tells us that there is that there could be a download of this, that there could be some awareness that comes from it. One of the things that I'm seeing, there is this grand cross in Cardinal. I don't know if we talked about that last time. I think we did, but it's Pluto with Ceres, Jupiter, and Mars and Uranus here. So again, it's wanting to break free, wanting to break free from restrictions, but not having a clear idea of how to do it, or a clear, getting convoluted messages, getting truths that are not quite, they're not based in reality, that are based in Piscean things. And for some, that Piscean stuff is all good. You want to use your intuition. You want to go on your hunches. You want to tune into your intuition. You want to let, your spirit guide you. But also you have to engage the brain too. And you have to take practical measures, to make things happen. Now, this is actually conjunct the South Node and Neptune. In either way, a fairly close conjunction. So this is heavily tied into past lives, our past societies, everything that has led us to be where we are today. Our life thus far, this incarnation thus far even, But all the elements that led up to this, whether it's many incarnations, whether it's our society and the different, rise and fall and belief systems that have come through the ages of the Pisces age, the Pisces age, which the Christ age. And we get into all the Martyr and the Christ stuff too. But I saw this thing. I wonder if I could grab it. But it was a license plate. I don't know if I can grab it. Maybe I can grab it real quick without showing you everything I have in here. I wasn't planning on showing this at all. Can I grab it? Where is it? I got it. Okay, let me shut this down. I was in the ATM line, and I mean, now that you look at it, it says it's Marta's RV. It's somebody named Martyr, and it's her RV, right? But I drove up to this and I saw Martyr, and I know that's not how you actually spell Martyr, but the universe works in mysterious ways, okay? It's not going to be Martyr V, like me, V, like VV. Like I felt like this car was telling me not to be a martyr, don't be a martyr, V. And it took me a long time. I was like, wow, isn't this magical that I'm getting this message from the ATM? And it's like, well, what does it actually? It's Marta's RV. It took me like a long time to figure that out, because the message to me was so clearly this. So shifts in our consciousness and shifts in our perception, that's useful. And it helps us get our messages and pay attention to those messages. But the point I was making is, this is the age of the martyr and everything. This is all this stuff that's not work, being the victim, and all this victim energy is just coming like, it's making its last, it's getting vomited up almost, from all these. It just seems like it's never ending. It just goes on and on and on. And again, you could just say it's from this incarnation, it's your childhood. You could say it's our society. You could say it's the past lives, whatever. But it could be I feel like it could be an immense relief of struggle. Because this is struggle, this is emotional struggle. This is also, trying to break out of the heaviness of the restrictions of Saturn and society. Because the Pisces are the spiritual people. They're the creators. They're the different. They're outside of the norm. Whether they're outside of the norm because they're mentally ill, or whether they're outside of the norm because they're alcoholic or drug addict, or whether they're outside of the norm just from ascending into a higher level, because those fish swim upward and downward. Neptune energy, you're never going to quite be in 3D reality with a lot of Neptune energy. And people who have heavy Neptunes and Pisces in their chart, they're just never quite in reality. So you can either go high, the fish swimming upward, and that is transcending reality, or you can go low and be escaping reality through drug addiction, mental illness, delusions, these kinds of things. So, you know, this other world is there. There's another side of it, you know, and we have to acknowledge it. Everything's not cut and dry. Everything's there. The lines are blurry with Pisces energy. I mean, we're dealing with some blurred lines for sure. But this Saturn coming through here, I feel like it's telling us, and this isn't going to be just for this new moon, but it's cool that it's coming into this place just as this eclipse. It's like kicking it off. So it's going to give it more power and energy and stuff. Anyways, it's like a time we do download some stuff from this higher consciousness. It's time we do rethink our structures and stuff, and that's what this Grand Cross is telling us too. We got to rethink our structures, and it's happening. It's happening all over the place. You know, because we have this cardinal cross too, there's still probably, and Mars is right there with that Uranus. That is a, you know, rebellion. That rebellion vibration is very strong. But I don't know if I mentioned that last time. It's like, you know, don't be a rebel without a cause. This just caught me with the 12s and the 21, and I was thinking of 2112 by Rush. So I don't know, I let the music stuff come through a lot more in the card readings, but maybe, well, it's instrumental songs, so that is, maybe we gotta listen to it, huh? But maybe on that, there's an album 2112 by Rush. I'm gonna have to look into that, or if anybody else wants to look into it. I'm not gonna do it right now during the reading. But if you want to look into that, maybe there's some message there. But or maybe that's the year, maybe that's an actual year, you know. Maybe it's the year 1221, you know. Maybe it's 1221, meaning the something that kicked off around the because we're coming up on the equinox too, and the winter solstice. That was right around 1221 ish. It probably was the 20th, but it doesn't matter. It was around that time. Or the year 1221. That would be interesting to look up, like in history, what was going on in the year 1221. Because I don't know offhand. I'm feeling like something about some kind of peasants, though, out in the fields or something, without looking into it. I'm not a history buff as far as memorizing dates and facts and stuff. So off the top of my head, I wouldn't know it. And I'm not going to look that up either. But anyways, yeah. So it's this last blast of Pisces, and then as we're moving into Aries, because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and we move into Aries, and we're going to be coming up on the equinox, which I talked a lot about in all the readings for this, other readings for the tarot readings. But anyways, and also we're coming out of the Pisces age, and we're moving into the Aquarian age, because the ages roll backwards, right? It would be interesting to know what the age that was too. In the 1200s. Well, that was still been the Piscean age, right? I don't know, I just feel like there's some connection now. The more that I just feel like I need to keep coming back to that. Maybe I'll do a quick Google search on it before we quit. But anyways, it's a time of big change. It's a time of upheaval. I think I do want to do it. Year 1221 events. Catholic stuff, historical events on this day. I really want kind of a more of a, I really want more kind of an overview of that era, not no events were found in 1221. Yeah, this is not something to do in the live reading. This is something to do later on. If anybody wants to tackle it, if I forget, please do, and leave some stuff in the comments. Or if you're a history buff and just know off the top of your head what was going on around in that time frame, please leave it in the comments. I would be interested to hear about that. Okay, also making a sextile to this eclipse is a Ceres. You know, I was just at this thing, this event, this art event, and it was kind of this doing these, trying to do these spirit drawings. And Ceres was one of the, I saw crescent moons and I saw Ceres in the imagery, and it was something I was picking up on also psychically. So Ceres, you know I just, it's my go-to. Well, it's the goddess of the grain, and it deals with food and everything. But that's another thing that we might want to delve into a little bit more. Maybe I definitely need to delve into. Maybe I should have before this reading, but I didn't really look at it, and I didn't know that it would be making a sextile. But when you think of it, like Ceres, goddess of the grain, keeping people well fed and cared for, it's a nurturing vibration, I would say. It's connected to Mother Earth, especially in the sign of Taurus. So it is, there could be awarenesses about, like global warming, for instance. That's a big thing, that there's a lot of Neptune, Pisces energy hanging around. There's a lot of, people have very differing views, and there's not a lot of clarity. I mean, there is, but there's a lot of, I'm trying not to offend anybody, but I think you get my drift, that there's a lot of differing opinions. And in the meantime, Mother Earth, I keep going, that one comedian on Bill Maher, it was just like the simplest truth. It was maybe a year or two ago already. But he said, he goes, I don't know his name, he's a British dude, but anyway, he goes, well, just in case, on the long shot, on the off chance that maybe it's true, just in case, don't you think that maybe we should take some precautions, or try to, that maybe we should work towards pollution and stuff like that, even if you don't believe that it's hurting the Mother Earth, but just in case it is, just so the species doesn't die, and, that maybe we should do. Isn't that a good thing? I mean, why is it a bad thing to want to be eco-friendly or conscious? Even if you believe in global warming, don't believe in global warming. How is not polluting and stuff, how is that bad? I mean, it's just common sense, And there, with this kind of energy too, it's almost like this mass hysteria is a little bit of that's a little bit too overstatement. It's a little bit exaggerated, but it's not that far away either. It's kind of heading in that direction a little, and the way people are they're so up in arms and everything, and like it's like nobody really knows what's true and what's not anymore. That could be another vibration of this. So there's Saturn again. I keep coming back to this because this is just, to me, this pulled me. I mean, of course you see all this, but this pulled me. That galactic center is a crucial point that we have not begun to tip the iceberg of, discovering what it means scientifically or through astrology, I feel. But it's a download, it's a portal. It's something, it's something magical, and there's a pull or a magnet, or it's an opening. It's an opening to higher realms. I really do feel that. One other thing, we've got another trine here with the asteroids and the south node. Well, the south node's involved in the eclipse. That's why that's or the north node. But there's a grand trine on Earth. This is Juno. So this energy is more, again, about that protecting the Mother Earth, but also having to get away from this mass hysteria. It's very much down to earth energy. It's very practical. Let's get real. Let's get realistic. Let's take practical steps and measures. Well, what can we do about it? Water is going to be all emotional about it. Air is going to be all, air is mental about it, thinking about it. Mars and Aries, fire is action. But with this Earth, it's kind of like foundations. Let's make a plan. Let's get a plan. Let's take practical steps. Let's not just go crazy and talk about it. Let's not get caught in our head and mental, and let's not get emotional. And let's not just run amok with like wildfire, and we don't know what the hell we're doing. Let's get a plan here. The earth signs are like when cooler earth signs are the cooler heads prevailing here. And they are action. They do get involved in a practical, down to earth measure. What can we really do about it? Okay, everybody. So don't be a martyr. I thought that was so crazy. I didn't think I was going to show it on the video. I was just going to maybe post it on Facebook or something. But when I pulled up to this, it was "Don't be a martyr, V." That's exactly, it was calling me a martyr. It was calling me out in this red color and Mars energy too. It was so trippy. I mean, I did not see Martyr RV for a long time, because after I'm just like looking at it and thinking about it, it's like, wow, it's just crazy. And this is the kind of stuff that Pisces will go. I'm like, well, who would put Martyr V on there? Well, who would put Martyr V on their personalized license plate? It's Martyr RV. It took me forever. I mean, I was so flipped in my perception that I couldn't even see it, the practical, real thing that it was, too. And that's another thing, too. You can get so flipped in your perception. You can get so flipped in your perception in a good way like that, where you see something from another dimension, or a spirit sends you a message so clearly. Or you can get warped in your perception where you can't see 3D reality because of illusions. So that's the other trick of the Pisces. All right, I think that's a good place to end it. Hey everybody, yeah, I'm open for readings. Somebody recently requested, like I do the main video readings now that I'm doing, which is much better, by the way. It's much less stress on me with all those appointment readings, and you get a better reading because I make sure I'm in a good zone when I do it. I don't have to be psychic on demand at the appointment time, you know, and which I can do, but it's better to just do it when I have a real good energy going and I'm really in the zone. So, but anyways, back to it. Somebody was, it's tarot and astrology. And if you don't say anything, you get a little brief look at your chart and the upcoming transits, and then mainly it's tarot and psychic. But if you prefer more astrology, I'll do it. If you want me to just work off your chart and not cards at all, or just more astrology and less tarot, that's totally, I can do it either way. It's no biggie, so that's doable. So those are available, and check out all the other stuff on my site, including like the astrology mandalas that I do. If you enjoy astrology, the personalized art from your mandala is pretty cool, and all sorts of stuff is on the site. So please do check it out. Thanks for everything you do, including subscribing and liking and sharing and donating, which makes these videos free. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. This is Vickie Verley, wishing you a great eclipse, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.